Happy Monday morning. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. So glad you took a minute to join us this morning.
Take an hour.
Take a whole hour.
Stay the whole
Just
time.
do it. It's fun.
Thanks, KC Security, for being our what are they? Our sponsors. Our host. No, I'm a host. You're a host.
Yeah.
Sponsors.
Big
Thank
sponsor.
you, KC
Yeah.
Security. It's Monday. I'm still kicking in.
Yes, you are. You know what? Big
No.
news in the rock and roll world.
Everybody's dying.
Yes. The lead singer of the Cars, Rick Ocasek, died.
What was the
He was
famous song by the
75 years
Cars?
old.
What was the famous song by the Cars?
I don't know.
Well,
I can't think of one.
Eddie Money died too.
Yes.
He was 70. How old was Rick Ocasek? 75.
Eddie Money looked much older. Sorry.
Well, they're rockers. That's how they live their lives.
He had been ill. So
Eddie had?
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, Bette Midler was tweeting about that, saying, "Wow, like Eddie Money, great music, and Rick." I guess she was kind of friends with Rick from the Cars. She's iconic.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Aw.
you think about it. Bette's 70.
Well, yeah.
4 now.
Yeah, so she would know.
It's weird to think that these people
right?
because I guess we're old.
No, we're getting younger and they're getting older.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how that works. What'd you do on the weekend?
Well, Friday, I think we just had friends over a lot this weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then yesterday was like a fix-up day around the house. I got a new kitchen faucet installed.
Love that.
Yeah.
Jim and I went for a side-by-side ride. Oh, my word.
Yesterday?
Yes.
The weather was beautiful for you.
121 kilometers we did.
Wow.
The colors
You must be whipped.
No, I just sit there.
Yeah, that's like that. You must be whipped.
Yeah.
120 kilometers where? Where are you going?
Whitman Dam Road.
Well,
Whitman Dam Road.
Damn that Whitman Road.
Yes, I know. Searchmont.
Searchmont area.
Yeah.
So you put it on. Do you have a trailer?
Yes.
And you take it out there.
Yeah. We take it out there
kinda
and
fun.
get our little helmets on. We could not believe how many people were out. I guess because it was such a beautiful day.
It was like the last hurrah for the summer almost. I don't know how many more of those we're going to get.
This week, though, is going to be phenomenal, so stand by for that. You know what, too? We saw colors, and there was this one spot in the bush where the reds were so red and the oranges were so orange, and they were together. I said to Jim, Crayola could not recreate that color. It was stunning.
Were there any yellows?
To get out, yeah. No, not yet.
Okay.
Yellows.
The reds were so red and the oranges were so orange, and they were together. It was almost like fall. I'm making fun of you, but that's okay.
Yeah, you are. This early in the morning. It's awfully good to see you, too.
No, but it is not. You're right. The colors are changing.
It's too late.
What happened to my friend Janet? When's Janet coming up?
You have a friend?
Yes, from Toronto, and she's coming up for the tour train. I think I might have missed her.
That's why she's your friend, because she lives in Toronto. Doesn't have to deal with you every day.
I'm happy that we live up here where the colors are so beautiful, and we can go out and drive and see it. And Mile Hill is always like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Another reason why I love living in Algoma. Another reason why I love living in Canada is because of our healthcare system.
Yes.
I was looking at this, Twitter. You know me and Twitter. And Bernie Sanders, I guess, put a tweet out saying, tell us some of your worst healthcare stories in the U.S. Because he wants.
He got bombarded, right?
Well, one lady, the one that caught my attention, was a lady saying, "My worst story is when I got a bill for $600 for the death of my newborn baby. She delivered a child. The child didn't survive very long after. Not long enough to get registered on her health insurance.
Stop it!
So she got a bill from $600." For the death of her child, her baby, her infant child, from a hospital where she was a doctor. Her own, where she was employed, and she gave birth in. And she said the bill came like that day.
Oh, my word. Shame on you people.
In the U.S. Welcome to Canada. Let's stay here.
Right? For a whole bunch of reasons.
Yeah.
Maple syrup being one.
Yeah, and butter tarts being another.
Yes, totally.
And Lily Singh being another.
Yes.
Okay, now, but we know. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I had no idea.
She was. Do you know who she is? Okay, so Lily Singh. I was waiting for your answer.
Yeah.
Lily Singh apparently is this huge YouTube star known as Superwoman. Okay. She was ranked 10th by Forbes magazine in 2017 as the 10th highest paid in the world. There she is, YouTube star. She earned $10.5 million from being on YouTube in 2017. Lily Singh from Scarborough and then later, I think it was, anyway, Richmond Hill. Anyway, so she's from Ontario.
What does she do?
Went to York University, got her BA in psychology, and then she started YouTubing. I guess she's funny.
Oh.
And so her YouTube stuff led to Just for Laughs. She's won the Teen's Choice Award, the People's Choice Award. So NBC has now hired Lily Singh to replace Carson Daly. His show Last Call with Carson Daly's gone. She's going to have a new show, a late night show on NBC called A Little Late with Lily Singh.
Holy
on NBC.
My God, what a jump. Good for her.
Canadian Lily Singh, YouTube sensation,
Wow.
Gets us...
She better bring some extra money.
Once again,
for
I
the
have to
healthcare.
ask you, what have we done wrong?
Right? Yes.
Are we on YouTube? We're on YouTube now.
Yes, we're on YouTube.
We're on Our View on Demand's on YouTube. We should
Yes.
try to get awards and late night. Never mind.
Never mind. Don't even go there. Hey, you'll be happy to know, KK, Kim Kardashian's okay. She wasn't feeling great, and she had some tests done, and she has the antibody for lupus.
Oh,
Right? So that's serious enough.
that's
Kinda
horrible.
Yeah,
Lupus is
kind of scared her.
Lupus is not a nice.
Apparently, one of the major symptoms that she was trying to deal with was really, really sore hands. She couldn't figure out why her hands were so sore. So she went and had this test done, and they found the antibodies, but they said it's not affecting you yet. What it likely is for her hands is psoriatic arthritis. Because she has bad psoriasis.
And the psoriasis gets into the bones?
Yes. Yeah, psoriatic. My mother has psoriatic arthritis.
Yeah,
and rheumatoid.
Psoriasis gets into your bones.
Yeah, it's just...
Lupus is weird. It's wild because it can affect so many different areas of your body. Some people it's like
So
this
many
terrible
different-
fatigue.
yeah.
Some people it's terrible like arthritis. Other people it's like the tops of their heads and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like it can manifest itself. And so stomach.
Yes. Yeah, stomach and organs, kidney. Yeah, it's a horrible
And
disease.
is it hereditary? Because I have several family members on one side of my family that have lupus. Like
I don't know if it's hereditary.
neither do I. Does anybody know? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know for sure.
On a lighter note, it's National Play-Doh Day.
Yeah, let's eat.
See, did you too?
Yeah.
I know, and
I didn't swallow it though.
No, it was just to get the salt.
Right? I didn't know why I wanted to eat it, but I ate it.
So did you know that it was designed as a wallpaper cleaner?
What?
Yeah.
A wallpaper
This guy
cleaner?
named... Well, yeah, because with coal and stuff in the 1950s, with coal heat and coal and oil heat in people's houses.
Right.
And then they had vinyl wallpaper came out in the 50s, and you would get soot on your walls. So somebody asked for, Kroger grocery store wanted a product that could clean coal residue from wallpaper after World War II. So this company, this guy named Noah McVicker, it was a Cincinnati-based soap manufacturer called Couture Products, and he developed this stuff to clean as a putty to clean wallpaper.
So would you roll it
You would
down?
roll it and it would take
smart.
So then I guess his nephew had a sister-in-law, I know it's a long story. Basically, there was a nursery school teacher named Kay Zufall, and she saw a newspaper article about somebody using this stuff to make art projects, so she approached her brother-in-law and said, could you adapt that stuff to make it like a molding clay for my preschool students? And he did. And they formed the family, the McVickers, away from that other company, they formed the Rainbow Crafts Company, and she came up with the name Play-Doh. They wanted to call it Rainbow Modeling Compound.
Yeah, Play-Doh's
So she called it
funner.
Play-Doh, and then they sold the thing for $3 million and took over by, Kenner, remember Kenner? And then it went to somebody else, and now it's with Hasbro. But there's petroleum in it to give it like that. The salt, they took some of the salt out because it was making them turn white when they hardened, and now this one, yeah. Anyway, it's salt and flour and water and a lubricant, which I think is like a mineral oil, and then other fragrance and color. And it says there's also, you can have allergic reactions if you have wheat gluten allergies. If you have weak gluten allergies,
Don't
Play-Doh.
eat it.
Yeah, no, never eat
You
it.
could have.
You can get
hurt your hands.
So there, happy Play-Doh day.
And I said funner, and no, that's not a word. So don't write
Funner.
any notes.
Okay, we're out of time. BlueBox.
Yes.
This is the time of year where St. Vincent Place does their BlueBox collection. You put a BlueBox at the curb with canned goods, non-perishable goods for the food bank at St. Vincent's Place. So Sarah McCleary is here to talk about that, and then Josh Ingram's here. So
good.
something's going on with the Downtown Association. There's always a party when Josh is in town and on the show. And Luann has the news. So all of that plus more chat coming up on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Stay with us.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and Sarah McCleary is here. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
You're a little under the weather.
I am going to try not to breathe on you too much.
Tell us how you got that little cold of yours, Sarah.
My little guy started junior kindergarten.
See what happens? The kids go to school and bring out
First week.
they bring back all those lovely germs from mom. And you said he's fine.
Yeah, he had the sniffles for like a day and a half.
She's laid out.
Yeah, I've been like awful.
You're a busy lady though, let's face facts.
Little bit.
Okay, so one of the things that's keeping you busy right now is getting ready for the annual Big Blue Box food drive.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
You did.
It's right there behind me. Okay, so last year I joined the team. Guys, this is really fun. It's fun. Okay, when I was little, I loved playing like store. I would set up a store in my bedroom and pretend to sell stuff. So for me, doing the Blue Box drive, it was like I owned a grocery store, and I was like stocking my shelves. Because basically, that's what you've got several positions of volunteers that you're looking for, right?
Yeah, so there's drivers and runners who go around and collect the donations throughout town. Everybody gets a specific route. Then they bring it back to the St. Vincent's to the
Place
hall.
on Albert Street.
Yeah, and then we've
to the
got
big hall downstairs.
Yeah, and we've got sorters there who sort everything into the right categories and everything,
Yeah.
and then they bring it into the storage room, which is what you did last year, and put it on the shelves.
It's crazy. The organization that goes into this, a lot of volunteers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year I think we had about 90.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And I mean, it's the who's who of Sault Ste. Marie too, by the way. It's like the mayor is there, and MPs and MPPs, and everybody's all there in their jeans and their t-shirts, moving stuff around. And of course, all your regular volunteers too, great people. You know what's really nice to see? from like little youth to like teens to seniors. It's you run the gamut of an age range.
Yeah, I really love it.
And then like all the organization, the tables, you go in and you place these things. This is where these go, and the soups go here, and the things go there. It's wild.
Yeah.
We were in and out. What time did I finish at? 2 in the
2
afternoon.
o'clock. Everybody was out by 2. I was home by like 2:30.
There was so much came in because this community is so generous.
Yeah.
If you haven't participated, it's so simple. Just tell folks what to do.
All people have to do is put their donations in any box or bag. It doesn't have to be a blue
because
box.
we don't have the blue boxes so much anymore, right?
Exactly.
So any kind of a box.
Yeah, any box, any bag. Just stick it out at your curb like you would like a garbage bag, and we'll come and collect it.
And what time does it have to be out by? Is there a deadline where the runners start?
They start at 10, so things have to be out at the curb by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, if you put it out after 10, there's a chance that your neighborhood might miss it. So
yeah, I'll drive around afterwards and pick up, try to collect
just in case there's any stragglers.
Exactly, because I mean it happens, right?
Okay, what are we looking for donations, Sarah? What can we put in our blue box or boxes?
So we're happy to accept anything, obviously, right? But some of the things that we need most: cereal are big.
Yeah.
Jams, sidekicks are really popular, but we don't tend to get much of. Trying to think of what else was on that list.
Will you accept things like toiletries?
Yes, absolutely.
So toothpaste, mouthwash?
Yeah. Actually, small shampoos and conditioners right now, like the hotel kind of ones.
Oh, I have those.
Those are really kind of useful right now.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
Really need those.
Things that you maybe not necessarily. Chickpeas still or what?
Yeah.
Well, there was a time where it's like
we gave all those chickpeas to Harvest Algoma, and they made hummus. So hummus went out to like all the soup kitchens.
That's the way to do things, Sarah. Good for you.
But probably Fran will yell if there are that many chickpeas again.
Again, yeah.
But pasta, we tend to get a lot of dry pasta because that's what everybody thinks of, right?
Right.
So we don't really need dry pasta right now.
The sidekicks, the rice, more like that. The things that are ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love those rice bags where you just heat it in the microwave.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
those. We just had some last night, as a matter of fact. I was going to say, I know. Expiration dates.
Yeah, so
please check your expiration dates because I knew when I was putting the stuff on the shelves, I had to put it by date. And a lot of those boxes, even the cereal box, you look and go, okay, well, this is expired. And then they can't really use them. So I'm like, if you're not going to eat it and it's expired, nobody else wants it either.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So what else is going on at St. Vincent's Place these days? How are things going? I wanted to ask you about the thrift shop. Tell me how that works, because I had some clothes that I wanted to bring down. There's certain hours, and there's more to it than I thought. Do you take more things than I thought?
Yeah, so the store's open 11 to 3, and we accept and sell
and the thrift shop is also located in St. Vincent's Place on Albert Street.
Yes.
Okay.
So we sell, clothes, men's, women's, and children's clothes, shoes, books. We've got like housewares, plates.
See, I haven't been in there. I didn't know that. Scrubs? What do you mean scrubs?
Like for nurses and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You sell that stuff?
Yeah.
And so the money goes to St. Vincent's Place?
Yeah. So the thrift store actually provides 15% of our operating costs.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So it's a huge part of what we do.
Wow.
It's a major kind of fundraiser.
Okay. And I didn't realize. I thought because it was St. Vincent's Place thrift shop, it was just for men.
No.
You'll take everything.
We will. So we do sort through the donations that come in, and if there's anything we need for the men, it will go up to them rather than being sold. But everything else gets sold.
Everything else gets sold. Housewares too.
Yeah. And there's all really good prices. Like the books are only 10 cents each.
11 to 2 is the drop-off time.
Yes.
Is that on weekends or just weekdays?
Just weekdays.
Just
Monday to
weekdays.
Friday.
Okay, so on your lunch hour, folks, put some stuff in your car in the morning on your lunch hour, drive down to St. Vincent's Place and drop it off. If people want to make donations for the food, what do you call it?
Food drive?
Yeah, the food bank.
Food bank.
Food bank itself. Will they take donations for the food bank outside of your drives? Can anybody come down with a box of stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about fresh stuff? Ever? No.
We can't accept things that have to be in the fridge, like dairy and meat, because we don't know that it's necessarily been handled properly.
Okay.
But produce and that.
Yeah, like vegetables, like potatoes and stuff like that, root vegetables.
Yep.
You can take that.
Yeah, we've had people bring in stuff from their gardens quite often.
Oh, from your if you have extra, if you're doing your garden, rather than maybe putting stuff in the freezer saying, "Oh, I've got too many tomatoes," bring some down to St. Vincent Place. Yeah. Okay, so what about if people want to volunteer to help you? You still need a couple of runners.
Couple of runners. I wouldn't turn anybody away for anything,
course, why
but
would you?
that's
No.
really
What should they do? Should they contact you in advance so they know you've got them?
Yes,
How?
I can plan. So they can email me at vincentplacepr@shaw.ca.
vincentplacepr@shaw.ca.
Call me 253-2770 extension 4.
Is that in the book?
Probably.
In the phone book?
I would think.
I think if you
I don't even
Google,
have a phone book.
you know what? I think if you Google St. Vincent's Place, everything comes up.
Yeah, or find me on Facebook.
Oh,
all the
Sarah McCleary on Facebook?
Well, find the Facebook page.
I was going to say, don't not Sarah McCleary
I mean,
individually.
they could find
St.
me,
Vincent
but
Place.
I wouldn't ignore them.
Yeah, no,
But,
you would redirect them.
yeah.
Okay, so at 10 a.m., get your food out. If you want to volunteer, you contact Sarah.
Yep.
And if you, go.
I wanted to mention, I forgot. So this year, for the first time, Prince Township, the library, is accepting donations for us for this week. I have to go drop off a bin today. So if anybody lives out that way, because we don't collect that far.
So cool.
Yeah, we don't collect that far out. So if anybody
All
out
those
there
people,
wants to drop
Nokomis
off.
Beach, Pointe de Chien, Pointe de Par, Point Louise, Airport Road, Walls Road, Drocap. On your way in, stop at the library and drop off your or your non-perishable, including, as we said, toiletries, that kind of stuff. Okay, great. So Sarah McCleary, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Saturday.
Awesome.
What time do you need me there? If I'm gonna, well, it depends. If I'm
12.
gonna find out from Keith whether he wants to stalk and I'll drive, or maybe we'll both stalk like we did last year if you get enough runners.
Yeah.
What time should I be there?
11:30ish.
11:30? Okay, I'll see you at 11. I'll come by for coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sarah McCleary, St. Vincent Place, the big blue box food drive this Saturday. Thanks to St. Marie, we know you're going to help out, and we'll be back with Luann after this.
Prescription drugs. When used properly, they can help. But last year, more than 80,000 Canadian kids used them to get high, even though it can be very dangerous. Prescription drug abuse. It can damage a teen for life. Get the facts and talk with your kids about prescription drug abuse. Visit canada.ca/drug prevention. A message from the Government of Canada.
I'm doing whatever it takes, stopping and nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost, I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all, I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood, I'm at the top, rising above, I want the gold, give me the rush, Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, 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 I'm pushing.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true. With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
This past year, we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
think we were frozen for a minute. It was a little cold in here and everything froze. There were some technical difficulties with our stream, but we're back. I hate when I have a weak stream. Hey.
I hate when it stops right in the middle of it. Ouch.
Listen, KC Security sponsoring us this month, but also State of the North. It's a conference going on here in Sault Ste. Marie, the 3rd annual State of the North conference, September the 26th at the Delta Hotel. Get involved, have your say in how Sault Ste. Marie moves forward as a community. And what else was I going to say? Oh, the verdict is in. Yes, the sentence has been handed down. Felicity Huffman, who paid $15,000 to rig her daughter's SAT scores and pled guilty right off the bat, and has mea culpa the whole way.
Humble.
Said, "Give it all, take whatever you tell me I got to do."
Yeah.
14 days jail time. A lot of people are saying once again, "Oh, rich white privilege." Well, especially when you consider in the news just now the story about a lady who was homeless, who wanted her daughter to go to school. And so she used somebody else's home address to register her child for school. She was put in jail for fraud. Just for trying to get her kid into school as a homeless person using a fake address. Anyway, Felicity Huffman, 14 days jail, okay, $30,000 fine.
Double what she, oh no.
Yeah, and 250 hours of community service. So now word is that Lori Loughlin may be a little bit nervous because as you may recall from Fuller House, Lori Loughlin and Hallmark, Lori Loughlin is adamantly pleading not guilty. She and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, are saying they are not guilty even though they paid $500,000 to get there. Did they have two or one?
Two.
$2. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Lori, if you think about this, if Felicity got 14 days jail time, $30,000 fine for $15,000, what's it going to be like for somebody if they're found guilty for $500,000? They might want to reconsider their plea.
Well, I think it might be a bit too late for them.
So arrogant.
And well, that's the thing, right? Everybody right from the start said she's just arrogant. But apparently, from her perspective, she insists that she thought she was making a donation.
She thought it was all legit, that it was a donation, that she wasn't doing anything. Yeah.
So you're stupid and rich.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? Sir Rod Stewart
Yes.
has a clean bill of health.
What was wrong with him?
I didn't realize this, but he had prostate cancer.
Oh.
He had a battle with it a couple of years, and he says, I'm in the clear now.
And did you know, I just found out because I wanted to get checked this year. You just give blood. You go for a blood. That's how they find out if you have.
No more of the.
That wasn't prostate. That's when they hold your testicles and you cough.
Oh, they hold your testicles?
Well, that's how they know. Yes, they put your.
For what?
That's for hernias and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah,
your testicles?
You pull down your pants. The doctor holds your testicles. He says, "Turn your head sideways and cough." And when you cough, he feels something's supposed to happen to your testicles. When I don't know if they're supposed to jump or like Mexican jumping beans or something. I don't know what's supposed to.
I thought that was
or either that or maybe they're acoustic and they you can feel the vibration. Anyway.
I thought it was a finger situation.
No, that's for the other side.
I thought that was the cough one too, though.
You don't cough when somebody has their finger up your anus.
No.
How's that cereal going down, folks?
Finger
could
in
you
your
imagine?
anus,
There's Rod Stewart.
Look at him. He's looking awesome. I hope he didn't have any fingers or coughing or, jeez, the side
you don't want to
effects.
cough when his finger's up there. You could steal his wedding ring. Luann has the news coming up after this. It's a pencil sharpener.
And a pencil. Oh, my words. Just watch your day and have a wonderful one. And stay tuned because we're coming back. Hopefully.
You are with the news.
Yeah, I'm going to be serious. Watch this.
Ford is a family-owned dealership that's been around with the Ford franchise since 1984.
What I love about my Ford, I love the technology. I love the way it rides, I love the way the seats hug me, and I love the control I have right at the steering wheel.
When they say that it's a true family atmosphere, it is 100%. They've been in business for close to 50 years.
Employee pricing is back. That means you pay what we pay for a Ford SUV, F-150, Ranger, or Mustang.
You pay what we pay.
Absolutely.
Who's home? Dad's home. And what's he got? Mouth-watering Little Caesars. Download Fido. Dinner? Consider it served. Little Caesars Ultimate Supreme Box Set. A 5-topping deep dish pizza with delicious Italian cheese bread. And I got it for $12. It's Little Caesars and a whole lot of tasty. Hot and ready.
It's not always this obvious when young people need help. For 30 years, we've shown up for youth. With your donation, you can too.
A two-vehicle crash on Saturday at Queen and Huron has sent at least one person to hospital with unknown injuries. The collision involved an SUV and a truck and occurred around 2 o'clock in the afternoon near the Bridge Plaza on Huron. Both vehicles sustained major damage. A woman and 2 children were in the truck. ONNtv can't confirm whether they were injured. The street was closed during the investigation and cleanup.
To the family members, our officers attended the scene, tried to provide life-saving measures to try and help the young person. Then they located other individuals. A total of 5 individuals have been taken to trauma centres around the GTA, and they're currently being treated in the trauma centres for gunshot wounds.
A school board west of Toronto has additional supports in place today for students who lost one of their own in a shooting over the weekend. A spokesperson for the Peel District School Board says a 17-year-old boy shot and killed outside an apartment building in Mississauga on Saturday evening was a grade 12 student at Lincoln M. Alexander Secondary School. 5 others were wounded in the attack, including a 13-year-old girl, a 16-year-old boy, and 2 other 17-year-old boys. Carla Pereira says members of the board's critical incident response team will be at the school today to support both staff and students. Peel Regional Police are still looking for at least 7 suspects in the case. Investigators say the suspects descended on the area surrounding an apartment complex, firing semi-automatic handguns indiscriminately. Police have described the boy who died as a bystander.
Thoughts go out today to all the victims and their families of the terrible shooting in Mississauga. I want to thank the first responders for doing their work so professionally as they always do. I'll be in Mississauga a little bit later and very much will be talking with Mayor Bonnie Crombie about the situation and offering, as always, the support the federal government can have as we all stand together.
We Are the Sioux went to the Station Mall to celebrate volunteers for not-for-profit organizations. Hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, Rory Ring took time to comment on the need for events like these to connect not-for-profits with potential volunteers.
Well, we're at the Station Mall today from 9:30 to 5:30, and we're holding our volunteer expo in partnership with Station Mall. So it's a great opportunity for the community to connect with some of the organizations here in Sault Ste. Marie that provide a variety of services. So they're here really just to recognize that they're a strong part of our community and the social network we have in Sault Ste. Marie, but we're hoping to connect them to potential volunteers and also really just to connect with the community, because some of them may not know that they're here in Sault Ste. Marie and what they do. Well, you know what, volunteerism is a cornerstone of any community, because whether we have like Finnish Rest Home here, and they may not realize that they need volunteers to get their residents to maybe doctor's appointments or the dental appointment or go get groceries or prescriptions, and that all needs people. And it really brings some recognition too that these businesses as well, or not-for-profit businesses, are organizations that need resources as well. I don't know if people realize, but about 10% of our membership are all actually not-for-profit organizations, so we really want to make sure that we're supporting them and connecting them. So if any inquiries that people have, they can always get a hold of the Chamber of Commerce. So we did connect with the Board of Education to make sure that they knew that this event was happening, but I'm sure that those teenagers are just rolling out of bed. Well, I think it's just a great opportunity to come down and see what is offered out in the community. So we got 20 organizations here today: Nagda-Windeman, YMCA, the VON, Kumon Math, the Finnish Rest Home, brain injury, victim services. So, we had a great cross-section of people. And, for us as a Chamber of Commerce, it's also important for, the general public to realize that the business community is also not just a supplier of financial support, but they're a supplier of volunteers. And there's a strong responsibility that many of our members have to make sure that the community is a supportive community.
Approximately 600 Siouxites laced up their runners to participate in the 39th annual Terry Fox Run yesterday morning, marking 39 years for Fox's Marathon of Hope Run. Although this event has no registration fee or minimum donation required to participate, Michelle Fall said last year alone the community raised $43,000. This year's total wasn't available at the time of publication. All proceeds raised go to the Terry Fox Foundation to assist in projects related to cancer research. To date, more than $750 million has been raised worldwide.
All right, so this is the 39th annual Terry Fox Run, and we've had this run. We've been doing it for about 9 years now, and we started out just as volunteers, and now we've taken over the organizing of it. Terry Fox started out. He didn't want a corporate funds at all. He wanted it to be the people. But we do this because he's like been an icon for our country as a Canadian. Terry Fox means a lot. In the schools they teach about Terry Fox, and Terry Fox did it because when he had his leg amputated, he saw children that were suffering, families that were suffering like he did in the hospital, in sick children's. And he always said, I have to do something to change this.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify. support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
One of the biggest things that goes on in Sault Ste. Marie is Sioux's Got Talent, and we are happy to tell you that we're carrying the series every Monday for 4 weeks. Starting tonight at 6:30 ONNtv is going to air Sioux's Got Talent.
Okay, so if you don't know what's going on, Sioux's Got Talent, they started off with auditions at Wacky Wings, which was earlier in the month. They did 4 sets of auditions, and now they have their roster of talent.
Isn't that awesome?
Every week they get together down at the Grand Gardens Verde location, the Verde Ballroom Grand Gardens, and they perform live, and the elimination rounds, right? Mm-hmm. So the judges decide and the audience and the judges decide who moves on to the next level. So I guess, from what I understand, our cameras were at the live show on this past weekend. Mm-hmm. They've got a recording. It's about a 2-hour show apparently, and you can watch the Sioux's Got Talent on ONNtv at 6:30 tonight. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
I get to be a judge for the finals.
Oh, do you?
I love it.
Yeah?
Oh, it's so much fun. Last year, the talent was amazing. Little kids, adults.
Is it hard, though?
Magicians. What?
Is it hard to
be a judge?
Yeah.
No, thank goodness there's multiple judges and the audience. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to decide on my own.
Right.
So we rank them, but the audience ranks them, and it's sort of a general consensus.
Man, this sounds like a great parade.
Oh, and it's all a fundraiser, too. Yeah, so there
awesome.
You go. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yes.
Demi Lovato went on a date.
Yeah, with who?
With a Bachelorette former.
Right.
Mike Johnson is his name.
What's his name?
Mike Johnson.
Okay.
And there was some speculation that perhaps he might be the next Bachelor because he was very good on the show and, looks the part.
Oh, so he was one of the guys on like the Bachelorette?
He got the rose, yeah.
Okay, and now they're saying he might be the
there was speculation, yeah. So they went on there, right? So apparently they've been flirting back and forth because she watches The Bachelorette and The Bachelor religiously, and she said, you can give me your rose, Mike, because he got the rose, so that meant bye-bye. And she was just like, I'll go out with Mike anytime. So it kind of leaked out, and they've been flirting on social media, and they had their first date, and apparently it was just awesome.
Good for Demi Lovato.
Right?
Did you hear that Demi Moore is posing nude again?
Really?
Demi Moore, apparently, I forget which magazine, but yeah. And
good for her.
In her 50s, right?
Yeah.
Would you?
No! Oh my word, there's not enough room in the world for me to... Yeah, you don't want to see that.
I remember the story about when Melissa Rivers got invited by Playboy to go topless, and she asked her mother, Joan Rivers, what should I do? And Joan was saying, well, I was trying to be a good mother, saying, well, follow your heart. And I think they offer her like $250,000 to go topless in Playboy. And Joan was saying, do what you think is right and follow your heart and trust your judgment, and I'll support whatever decision you made. And Joan says, meanwhile, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, I'm 75 years old on a runway saying, who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? What do I think? Take off your pants and ask them for $1 million.
That sounds like Joan, doesn't it? It does, definitely.
Josh Ingram's coming up on the show next. There's 2 huge things going on in the next 2 weeks here in Sault Ste. Marie downtown. Don't you love what's going on in our city?
You know what? He's turned the downtown around.
Well,
boy.
He has,
working
along with
so hard.
Along with all of the people who are the business owners on Queen Street. Future Sault Ste. Marie's been doing a great job with Josh too. They're all working together. Sioux College is really on board right now. You'll hear about that coming up. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Josh Ingram on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this. Brought to you by KC Security.
Listen up, Canada. We need to talk.
Didn't you make us a promise?
You said kids are the future of Canada.
In 1989, you promised that no kid in our country would live in poverty.
But 1 in 7 of us still do.
1 in 7.
We don't care whose fault it is. We just really, really need your help to fix it.
You made a promise.
You have to keep it.
Look who's here! It's Josh Ingram, another one of my favorite regular guests. Hi, Josh.
Mr. Murphy, I saw your new headshots online.
Did you?
So you look phenomenal. I was just talking about being a narcissist. But
Photoshopping.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Josh, you were telling me before the show what's going on Queen Street. Every time you come, I get excited about these events.
Yeah.
First of all, Greyhounds, go.
Absolutely. This Friday, 4 o'clock from 4 to 7:07 p.m., we have a block party from Bruce to Dennis. We're going to have tailgate drinks from Northern Superior. We're going to have food from J. Caroline's. And we have Sioux College coming down doing some traditional dances from different places around the world. You know, China, India.
Seriously?
Indigenous dancers. It's going to be wild.
When did Sioux College start with all this promoting of the different cultures and stuff like that? Like,
you know what? I'm not sure when they started, but they're doing a phenomenal job. Their team at like Student Services, as well as like the Student Union as well, are really engaged, really working on being part of the community and bringing something.
Did they approach you about that?
Yes, absolutely.
Good for Sioux College.
Absolutely,
And you know what else? Actually, I'm going there later on today because of the wrapping, the painting of the wrapping that they did. They had graphic artist students who worked on the wraps.
Yep,
on,
absolutely.
The traffic wraps.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hooray for Sioux College. But all of this is in celebration of the season opener, is that right?
That's right. That's right. On the 20th, the Greyhounds, the puck drops on
Friday
the first
the 20th,
official game. Yep.
7:07 p.m. the puck drops.
That's right. So come downtown between Bruce and Dennis at 4 o'clock. Enjoy some fun. We also have things like a shootout competition.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
So it's like when there's period breaks with the Hounds and you have like the net and you shoot from you know
whatever line.
Thank you.
There's like blue lines and red lines. There's lines and you
one
shoot
of the lines. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so anyway.
So you can shoot on the street for a chance to win a night at the Holiday Inn Express as well as tickets to the B.A. Johnson concert, the Girl Friday Productions.
Yeah?
So, yeah, so you just...
Wait,
you shoot.
how many tickets can you win?
It's 4, it's 6. I don't remember.
I don't remember. You told me 6 originally.
Yeah, I know I did, but I don't remember.
We'll find
100%.
out.
Yeah.
You find out. Okay, so, but you free tickets, is that one person wins all of that, or no? Those are.
Yep, absolutely. You get entered in a draw.
So if you win, if you get the ball in the goal for the shootout,
your name and number
draw,
goes in,
and you can win free tickets to the concert and a stay at the Holiday Inn Express.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? The Holiday Inn Express, that's Nick Brash.
That's Nick's
Just
hotel,
had him on the show. Remember that? The guy, the trail runner?
Sure did, yeah. I actually saw his hat in your office.
Yeah, we got the caps from Nick. Anyway, yeah, great guy. Great
For
business.
sure.
Okay, so 4 o'clock, and you're closing down the block, right?
That's right. Bruce to Dennis will be closed.
Get ready for that, Sault Ste. Marie. Be prepared.
2:45. Yeah.
So we're going to shut down around 2:45?
Yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to set up. Yeah, exactly.
I see you guys all walking up and down the street, setting up your tents and your things.
Tents, tables. Yeah, I should be more buff than I am. But
So J. Caroline's is providing the food?
Yep, absolutely.
And Northern Superior is providing the draft.
That's right.
And it's a tailgate party.
That's
Last year you figure over almost 1,200 or so?
We think we had 1,200 people down there. It was
Marie.
wild. And Steve Alexander from Lop Lops, he'll be slinging the drinks.
Yeah.
So he knows how to take care of a crowd.
Entertainment at all, Josh? Or
Absolutely. Steeltown Playboys are playing for the 3 hours there, and Sioux College has a whole bunch of different kind of dance media things planned.
Really?
So, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
it's gonna be
so that's this party.
Yep.
That's this week, end of this week. Oh, okay, that's something to survive the week for.
That's right.
Okay, that's this party. Then, Next weekend is Cultural Days,
That's
right?
right.
This is a great story. Wait till you hear this.
Kathy and Edie are putting on, again, you know, the library and the art gallery. They're putting on great content. We get to be a part of it this year. What we're going to be doing
Kathy,
is...
just so the people know, if you don't know, it's Kathy Fisher from the Ermitinger Clerk Cultural Heritage Site, and Edie Soriano from the Bush Plain, and Helena Hopalainen from the Public Library. They call it Come to the Corner, because it's all in that general area, right?
Those are 3 hard names to get through. Good job.
So, what are you guys doing down at the corner?
Yeah, so the Downtown Association and Future SSM are partnering together to put on a heritage and cultural tour. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hopping on a bus. We're going to have treats provided by the Career Center. Thank you, Career Center. And we're going to be doing a heritage and cultural tour. So you'll hop on the bus, you'll meet me, and I'm going to teach you a little bit of downtown's heritage and about some of the murals that were painted this year. I'm going to teach you a little bit of all of that in a fun way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get off the bus at 2 different spots, and we're going to make murals on the ground inside the parking bays on Queen Street with real paint. We're not going to be chalking it. It's not going to be a day
Not
or
like
two.
a sidewalk chalk crossing walk thing. This
That's
is
right.
actual paint in 2 of the parking bays on Queen Street.
That's right.
Which block?
It's it's the one right in front of Maritime Travel, and it's the one right in front of like SK Group and Barzan Dental and things
Gotcha.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're going to be 2.
And who's doing this? You have a graphic artist who's also works for Future Sault Ste. Marie?
Well, Todd Fleet's with Future Sault Ste. Marie. He was part of the traffic wraps. He was part of the murals. He was part of the murals inside of the
Because
GFL
that's what
Memorial Gardens.
he's an artist.
Yeah, and he's also doing the cultural plan for Sault Ste. Marie. So he's a really, really dynamic dude who
Todd Fleet
is not afraid to put on some boots and get to work. I'm telling you, the
haven't
guy
had Todd on the
works.
show, have I?
Oh, you should. Todd's a great
Todd.
dude. Yeah. Time to come on.
Okay, so, and here's what happens. You get on the bus and you ride with Josh and he teaches you about Sault Ste. Marie and you get about halfway through your excursion and you get off the bus and what do you put us in?
We're gonna you put the trash bags on so you don't get your clothes dirty. You know, I don't want to get my tie any paint on it.
Trash bags?
Yeah, that's right.
And then you get to, and Todd will have stenciled out.
Yeah, don't be afraid of this because it's like paint by numbers. We're gonna have everything stenciled out and then we're gonna take swatches of the color and swatch it right inside of it.
And you fill in the
So you go, I want to do yellow, and I'm gonna hand you yellow, and you say, go ahead. You don't have to be afraid of it. It's like a coloring book for big
Can't
kids.
go wrong.
Yeah.
And then you get back on the bus, you finish your tour.
Yep, and we're going to drop you right back off. The tour starts and ends at the Ermitinger Clerk National Historic Site.
And by the way, there's going to be lots going. Edie and Kathy are coming on the show, I think, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget. Anyway, they're next Wednesday maybe. They're going to be on the show to talk all about what they're doing at the corners there.
Awesome.
So when the bus drops you off, there'll be tons of stuff between the Ermitinger Clerk and the Bush Plain and Helena at the library. There'll be lots of stuff to do when you get off the bus.
Absolutely.
Time of day on that Friday. That would be the 27th. Then,
That's
is that right?
That's right. The tour leaves at 2 different times. It leaves at 1:45 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. So if you can take, even if you can
and it's
take
first
a lunch.
come, first serve.
Yes, it is.
Take a late lunch and do this. Right? On a Friday.
For sure.
Or, you know, if you work for yourself, just give yourself the afternoon off because it's culture days.
That's a good idea.
Get on the bus. How long an excursion then is it all together? Do you have you kind of figured out?
About an hour.
Oh, okay. So it's not that long.
So really, if you took a lunch, it's about an hour because we're only touring down Queen Street, and then you're painting for about 20 minutes, and then we're just driving back to the clerk, like the blockhouse site.
So much fun.
Yeah.
You guys come up with these great ideas.
We have a lot of dynamic partners and sponsors and people who help us out like you guys too. So
well, and like as you say, Sault College and Future Sault Ste. Marie and the EDC and all of your merchants.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can't say
And the
enough.
business people too, right, Josh? I mean, you got a lot of professionals that work on Queen Street that maybe we don't often think of as being part of the, you know, the downtown parties.
So well said.
But they're all included too. I mean, these guys are all at the table.
Absolutely. People like Sun Life Financial come down setting up tables and tents and, you know, Plan A Algoma. There are these people
like
that
Edward Jones and all these different places,
the
right?
Career Center. I mean, the Career Center is sponsoring the snacks for Culture Days.
How
so these
cool is
people
that?
are engaged in different ways, and it takes a village, right, Tim?
Yeah, it does, Josh.
Yeah.
And on that note, you're so philosophical. Josh Ingram, you'll be back to tell us about what's going on in Sault Ste. Marie next month, I'm sure. You've always got something going on with the Downtown Association. So join Josh and the gang downtown on the 20th for the Greyhound opening game, 4 o'clock till 7:07 till the puck drops. And the following Friday, get yourself down to the Ermitinger Clerk site, have a great time with Culture Days, ride the bus, and paint the street.
Perfect. Thanks, Tim.
We'll see you right after this, and we'll see you next month.
Deal.
Morning with Luann and Tim. Be right back.
I'm freaked out and ain't been high since. I'm on the fence, shorty tryna send her rinse, but how I'm gon' get caught when I don't even got brakes? You don't gotta lose a top, you don't even got hits. I'm praying that this PB bus driver don't glimpse I'm rolling. You would think my whip was stolen. In my past life, I hit up all that in your pool, and I'm trolling like I hit a beat high with a Boeing 737 with my arms to the heavens like drop zone to the block's gone. Can't you tell we ran up out of options? This ain't a choir group, tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable. We undeniable. We undeniable. This ain't a choir group, tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable. Tell the entire truth and let us set you free. We undeniable. We undeniable.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We hope we brightened up your kind of gloomy day. The sun will come out later on today. Around not
Really?
well, it says just in time to set.
Awesome.
We're down to our 12-hour days. The sun comes up at 7,
Yeah.
goes down at 7. But tomorrow is going to be beautiful, and you're going to join us, and we're all going to be sunny and happy.
Sunny, 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 and nice and warm for the rest of this week.
Let's say
apparently,
goodbye
as
before I
well.
sneeze.
Okay, let's say goodbye before he sneezes. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, KC Security, for sponsoring the show. See you tomorrow morning.
Nice job. I haven't sneezed. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.